Cancer is a brutal, undeniable reality in the fire service. But you know what? It doesn't have to be a certainty. So today, we're going to break down the clear, actionable steps you can take to seriously reduce your risk, all based on proven best practices. Let's get right into it.
We all know the obvious dangers of a fire, right? The heat, the collapse, but the real fight, the one for your long-term health, that kicks off after the flames are out. It's a battle against an invisible enemy, the carcinogens and toxins just clinging to your gear, your skin, and floating in the air. This is all about how we win that fight.
Look, let's not dance around it. The science is crystal clear. As firefighters, we are way more likely to get certain cancers than the general population. Now, that's not meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. Because when you understand the risk, that's the first step in actually doing something about it. And that starts right now.
All right, your best defense, it actually starts before the alarm even goes off. This is all about setting up your environment and yourself to minimize contamination right from the get-go.
Think of your station like a strategic base. Having clear, clean, and unclean zones is absolutely critical. It stops you from tracking contaminants into your living spaces, exhaust extraction systems in the bay. That's a non-negotiable. You got to keep those diesel fumes out. And something simple, like having a personal bag packed with clean clothes, means you're always ready to get out of that dirty gear ASAP.
Your body is, without a doubt, your most important piece of equipment, period. Keeping it healthy with good exercise and sleep, that builds your resilience. And hydration? That's not just something you do during a call. You got to stay hydrated the day before, too. And please, remember your turnout gear is a tool for the hazard zone. It's not a casual uniform. Wearing it around just needlessly increases your exposure.
Okay, let's head out to the fire ground. Every single decision you make out here, from where you park the engine to how you manage your air, it all plays a massive role in your total exposure over a whole career.
You know, a lot of this is just smart, fundamental tactics. Parking uphill and upwind, it's just using physics to your advantage to stay out of the smoke. Keeping the cab sealed up prevents all that junk from getting inside. And seriously, if you don't have a specific job inside that thick smoke envelope, just stay out of it. It's the easiest way to cut down on unnecessary exposure.
This quote from the Firefighter Cancer Support Network, well, it says it all, doesn't it? Your SCBA is your #1 absolute best defense. And it's not just for the initial attack. It's for any time you're exposed to the junk that comes from a fire. The mission here is simple. Keep your mask on.
Just because the fire is knocked down doesn't mean the work is done. Overhaul is basically a toxic soup of carcinogens, so keep that SCBA on your face. Your hood? It's like a sponge for contaminants. So swap it for a clean one every time you come out. And never, ever wear your dirty gear into the rehab area. Wash your hands and face first. These aren't just suggestions, folks. This is mission-critical safety.
Now we're getting into what some people call the golden hour for cancer prevention. What you do right after leaving the hazard zone is, arguably, the most important part of the entire call for your long-term health. This is huge.
And check this out. The data here is what's really telling. It's not just about going through the motions of decon, it's about doing it the right way. Look at this difference. A proper wet decon with soap and water gets rid of 85% of those nasty PAHs. Dry brushing, just 23%. This shows, without a doubt, why a thorough wet decon has to be the standard we all aim for.
So let's quickly walk through what that wet decon looks like. First up, while you're still on air, brush off all the big chunks of debris. Next, a gentle spray with some soap and water, then a low-pressure rinse. The key is you don't want to soak the inner layers. And remember, your breathing protection, your SCBA, that is the very last thing you take off and clean.
Okay, once the gear is clean, you're not done yet. You've got to use wipes on your exposed skin, especially your neck, face, and hands. Then, with nitrile gloves on to protect yourself, get out of your gear and seal it up immediately in a bag. And this is so important. That bag goes in an outside compartment. You never ever bring contaminated gear back into the cab where it can off-gas and poison the whole crew.
All right, let's fast forward. We're back at the station now. This is where we complete that whole decontamination cycle and really start the personal recovery process.
This phrase right here should be a mantra. It should be written on the wall of every single firehouse. Shower within the hour. The faster you can get those absorbed contaminants off your skin, the better. This needs to be a top priority after every single exposure.
Now, I know this shower protocol might look a little intense, but there's a real logic behind it. The whole point is to flush toxins out of your skin, not just wash them off the surface.
So that first scrub that's rid of the surface grime. Then you heat up your core in a sauna or by exercising, which opens up your pores so you can sweat out the deeper chemicals. The next scrub gets rid of all that stuff you just sweated out before you finally finish up with a normal soapy shower. It's a true deep clean for a deep exposure.
And that cycle isn't truly complete until the station and all the gear are ready for the next call. That means cleaning all the turnout gear properly according to the standards, wiping down the cab interior to stop that cross-contamination we talked about, restocking your tools, and finally, taking care of yourself. Hydrate, eat something, and help your body recover.
You see, everything we've been talking about, it's not really about just one fire. It's about building habits. It's about creating a culture that protects you over an entire career. It's a long-term commitment to your own health and your own future.
Here are 3 simple but incredibly powerful rules for a long and healthy career. Number 1, get a comprehensive physical every single year. Early detection is everything. Number 2, stay away from tobacco. Don't use it. It's a known carcinogen that just multiplies your risk. And 3, document your exposures. Keeping a detailed log is absolutely vital for your long-term care.
And hey, speaking of documenting, technology makes it way easier than ever before. There are apps like the N-First Exposure Tracker that let you log your exposures securely and easily. And this isn't just for you. The data that you provide helps researchers develop better treatments and new prevention strategies that are going to protect the next generation of firefighters coming up behind us. So, we've covered a ton of ground here, right? From prepping the station to your long-term health. But it all really boils down to this one thing. Real change starts with a single action. So I'm asking you, right now, to look at your own habits, your own routines. What is the one change you will commit to making, starting today, to protect your future?